My wife of 15 years thought I was a boring accountant. She stole $90,000 and ran off with her lover. In reality, I'm a crypto millionaire. My name is Kevin Martinez. I'm 42 years old, and I work at a small accounting firm in Miami, Florida. At least that's what my wife Angela thought. I've been married to Angela for 15 years, and she worked as a real estate agent. That Friday evening, the message that came to my phone changed my life forever. I deserve to be happy now. I'm going to be with Tyler. I took the money from our joint account. I need it for my new life. The divorce papers are on the table. Along with the message came a bank transfer screenshot. $90,000 had been transferred from our joint savings account to Angela's personal account. I put my phone down and finished my coffee. A 15-year marriage had ended with 2 sentences and a screenshot. There had been signs for months. Angela staying out late, new clothes, constantly keeping her phone face down, phone conversations that ended when I entered the room. I noticed everything. I'm an accountant. I don't miss details, but I hadn't said anything. Maybe that was my first mistake. Or maybe my first mistake was showing myself as less than I was. I had always played the modest accountant role around Angela. My small office, ordinary car, simple lifestyle. Angela thought these were real. In reality, my crypto portfolio was worth $2.3 million. I picked up my phone and typed 2 words, "Good luck." Then I called my brother Danny. "Do you remember the emergency plan we discussed 5 years ago?" "It's time." "Are you sure?" Danny asked. "Yes," I said. She made her move. Now it's my turn. I met Angela Bowman at a University of Miami alumni event. I was 27, newly divorced, and focused on building my accounting practice. Angela was 25, vibrant, ambitious, and completely uninterested in me. She never asked about my work when we first met. "You deal with numbers all day. It must be so boring," she would say. "As long as you make money, I don't need to know the details." We got married in 2008. That year, Bitcoin had just emerged, and I was very interested in technological innovations. I started with $1,000, just out of curiosity. Angela didn't even know about this. For her, it was just a computer game. In 2010, when Bitcoin was 8 cents, I bought 50,000 Bitcoin. Total investment, $4,000. Angela was still unaware. I was mining at home with an old laptop. Angela thought this was a hobby. In 2012, I participated in the Ethereum presale. I bought 100,000 ETH, $30,000 investment. Angela mocked it as my computer nonsense again. In 2015, I started investing in various altcoins, Chainlink, Cardano, Solana in their early stages. Total investment $200,000. For Angela, it was just various investments. Angela never asked for details. I was the boring accountant. She was the glamorous real estate agent. I was the one dealing with numbers. She was the one socializing with people. Perfect separation. When the crypto explosion happened in 2021, my portfolio exceeded $5 million. But Angela still thought I was making $8,000 monthly from my small accounting firm. Because that's what I always told her. Actually, I had distributed most of my crypto gains across offshore accounts, hardware wallets, and various exchanges. Very simple tax avoidance strategies, completely legal. But if Angela knew about these, she probably would have filed for divorce immediately. Angela met Tyler McKenzie last year. Tyler is a famous fitness influencer with 500,000 followers on Instagram. Expensive cars, luxury lifestyle, Miami beach parties. Exactly the life Angela wanted. When I researched Tyler's real financial situation, I wasn't surprised. 3 maxed out credit cards, unpayable car loan, living in a rental house, apparently rich, actually bankrupt. Typical social media lie. But Angela had fallen for the appearance. She felt younger, more excited with Tyler. With me, she felt bored. After Friday night's message, I immediately took action. The first thing was to check my crypto portfolio. Everything was safe. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, all my altcoins were secure. The $90,000 Angela stole was less than my daily trading account. Then I called my lawyer. Sarah Wilson was a very experienced divorce attorney. I told her the situation. I said Angela had stolen $90,000, run away with Tyler, left divorce papers. I didn't mention my crypto assets to Sarah yet. I wanted to see Angela's moves first. Saturday morning, Angela called me. It was the first time we were talking since the message. There was a strange confidence in her voice. She told me she knew I was shocked, but this was best for both of us. She said I was a good man, but we no longer fit together. I asked her where she was. She said she was at Tyler's house in Boca Raton, that she was very happy, that for the first time she felt like she was really living. When I asked why she took the $90,000, she said she needed it for her new life. She added that she and Tyler would start a business together, that they were a fitness influencer couple now. I said we had a deal, that I would sign the divorce papers. Angela was surprised. She probably expected a fight. She didn't expect me to accept it so easily. When she asked if I was really not going to object at all, I said, "No, Angela, you deserve to be happy, have a good life with Tyler." After hanging up, I smiled. Angela thought her plan was perfect, but the real game was just beginning. Monday morning, I went to lawyer Sarah Wilson. I showed her the details of my crypto portfolio, hardware wallets, exchange accounts, DeFi protocols, my NFT collection. Total value, $2.8 million. Sarah was shocked. She asked if these numbers were real and if Angela knew about them. I said they were real and no, Angela had no idea. She thought I was a small accountant. This would change everything. Florida has marital property division, but crypto assets are a special category, especially if your spouse doesn't know. This was exactly what I wanted. Angela had stolen $90,000 and run away thinking I was a boring accountant. She didn't know she was married to a crypto millionaire. Sarah explained our strategy to me. First, we would investigate Angela's financial situation. We would learn what she was planning with Tyler. Then we would start the divorce process, protecting my crypto assets. That evening, I started examining Tyler's social media accounts. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Lots of followers, but very little real engagement. He probably bought bot followers. Tyler's recent posts were interesting, with Angela at luxury restaurants, in expensive cars, and designer clothes. Everything was financed with the money Angela stole. A week later, Danny called me. He had researched Tyler McKenzie. Danny is a cybersecurity expert. He does this kind of work very well. According to Danny's findings, Tyler was a complete fraud. He had social media accounts under 3 different names. His real name was Tom Miller. He had been involved in a Ponzi scheme before. Before moving to Miami, he lived in Las Vegas. There, too, he had deceived married women and stolen their money. He had stolen a total of $400,000 from at least 5 different women. This information was very valuable. Angela wasn't just being cheated on, she was also being scammed. When I learned Tyler's real identity, I did deeper research. FBI records, court files, bankruptcy documents. This man was a professional scammer. I wanted to tell Angela this information, but my lawyer Sarah advised me to wait. First, the divorce process would start. Then we would reveal Tyler's real identity. 2 weeks later, Angela called me again. This time her voice was different, worried, tense. She said they were having some problems with Tyler, that they had some money troubles. When I asked what kind of problems, she said the fitness business they started together wasn't going as expected. Customers weren't coming as much as they hoped. When I asked what happened to the $90,000, she said they invested it all in the business. Equipment, studio rent, marketing. But they weren't making profit yet. The panic in Angela's voice was clear. Tyler had probably squandered the money and now was asking Angela for more money. I said I could help. When she asked if I was serious, I said I could give a few $1,000s, but I wanted something in return. When I asked her to tell me Tyler's real name, she stayed silent. Then she asked in a surprised voice what I meant. I said Tyler Mackenzie wasn't a real name. I explained that his real name was Tom Miller, and he had scammed 5 women in Las Vegas. She claimed this was impossible, that I was lying. When I said I could show FBI records, she hung up. The next day, Tyler called me. There was a threatening tone in his voice. He asked what I had told Angela. I stated that I told the truth. I explained that he was Tom Miller and had scammed women in Las Vegas. He claimed this was nonsense, that he was Tyler Mackenzie, a famous fitness influencer. I said I could send FBI records if he wanted. He said I was trying to win Angela back, but it wouldn't happen, that Angela was happy with him. I asked Tyler what he did with the $90,000 Angela stole. He said that money was their joint investment, that I shouldn't interfere. When I asked where Angela was now, he said it wasn't my business and hung up. But I could tell from the panic in his voice that everything was going badly. That evening, Angela called me again. This time she was crying. She begged me to help her. She said Tom, whoever he was, had stolen all her money and disappeared. When I asked where he was, she said she didn't know. He had left the house that morning and hadn't returned. His phone was off. When I asked where she was, she said she was at the house in Boca Raton. But she had learned this house wasn't Tom's. The landlord had come. Rent hadn't been paid for 3 months. Angela's voice was full of desperation. The new life she had planned had collapsed in a few weeks. She asked if I could come home. She said she had no one else. I said I would come, but we needed to talk first. When I found Angela in Boca Raton, she looked very different. She had lost weight, was pale, had completely lost her old confidence. Instead of designer clothes, she was wearing a simple t-shirt and jeans. She said she was very sorry, that she had made a very big mistake. When I asked what exactly happened, she explained that Tom had taken the money under the pretext of starting a business. He had said fitness studio, equipment, marketing, but actually he had gambling debts. He had used all the money to pay off credit card debts. She confirmed that the $90,000 was completely gone, and Tom had disappeared. His phone was off, social media accounts were deleted. Angela started crying. She had thrown away a 15-year marriage, lost the money. Her lover turned out to be a scammer. I asked if she wanted to come home. Angela looked up at me. There was a glimmer of hope in her eyes. She asked if I would accept her. She said she knew she had treated me very badly. I said I needed to think. I stated that rebuilding trust takes time. She said she understood, that she had lost everything, that she was nothing without me. That's when I decided to tell the truth. I said I wanted to show her something. I took out my phone and opened the crypto wallet app. $2.8 million was visible on the screen. Angela blinked. She asked what this was. I said it was my crypto portfolio that I had been investing since 2008. She asked if it was real. $2.8 million? I confirmed yes, and I asked if she knew that the $90,000 she stole was less than my daily trading account. Angela's face froze. She hadn't known she was married to a millionaire for 15 years. When she asked why I never told her, I said because she never asked. I reminded her that she found my work boring, that she wasn't interested in details. She said, but we lived modestly. Small house, simple cars. I explained that I preferred it that way. I said I knew money changes people, that I thought she would change too. Angela couldn't speak. She was in shock. She really thought I was a boring accountant. After that night, Angela started staying with me. But everything wasn't like before. She now looked at me differently. With money eyes, Angela's behavior changed. Now she was constantly asking questions about crypto, asking for investment advice, talking about my expenses. The topics she used to find boring now interested her a lot. The divorce case was continuing. Angela had hired lawyer Daniel Rodriguez. Rodriguez had told Angela she could get half of all my crypto assets. But my lawyer Sarah was much smarter. My crypto investments had started before marriage, developed without Angela's knowledge, kept in completely separate accounts. According to Florida laws, these would be considered personal assets. During the court process, Angela's relationship with Tom also came up. It was proven that Angela had violated the marriage agreement by stealing money and committing adultery. In the end, Angela couldn't get anything from my crypto assets. She only got half of the household items in her own car. She would also pay compensation for stealing $90,000. Angela collapsed when she heard the decision. She had been scammed by Tom, lost all her money, and now couldn't get anything in the divorce. She asked if I could give her some money. She said she needed to start over. I reminded Angela that she had seen me as a boring accountant for 15 years. I said she had belittled my money as meaningless numbers, and now she needed the same money. She asked if this wasn't fair, if our 15-year marriage meant nothing. I said it didn't mean anything to her. I asked if she thought about those 15 years when she ran away with Tom. Angela left crying. I never saw her again. Now 2 years have passed. I sometimes hear about Angela's situation. She lives in a small apartment in Miami, does part-time real estate work. She never found Tom, and the $90,000 never came back. I increased my crypto portfolio to $4.2 million. I still live the same modest life. Most people don't know my real wealth. I met someone new, Lisa, a software engineer. She also invests in crypto, understands technology. She doesn't find me boring. She values my work. Angela sometimes sends messages. She apologizes, asks for a second chance. But it's too late. She hadn't tried to get to know me for 15 years. I was the boring accountant to her. In reality, I'm a crypto millionaire, and the $90,000 Angela stole was just my pocket money. But when she learned this, it was too late.